What's up, you guys? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Malaika Amai, and if you guys are returning, hey girla. So today we're gonna talk about how to create small habits, because I know that you've been having a hard time creating better habits for yourself. And I know for me recently, my habits have not been the best. Like, I haven't been having good habits. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. And first things first, and when you're starting anything, start small, right? So when it comes to me running, anything in regards to running and people asking me what are some running tips for new runners, start small, right? The best way to build a big habit or a routine is to start with a small one, okay? So in order for me to run 26.2 miles, I had to start with 3 miles, right? And it differs for everybody. I've been running since high school, so I already had a little bit of background. I started with 3 miles. I would do my 3-mile runs. And then I went up to 4, 4.5, 5. Then I went up to 6. Then we did 7. I literally took it 7, 8. And then I did 10. And then I did 11. And then I did a half. And then I went back down. And then you just, as you go, you keep going and you keep going and you keep going. Of course, I didn't of course, the closer that we got to the marathon, we upped the mileage. But for the longest time, before I started training consistently for the marathon, I would only do up to 6 miles, right? And then before that, I only did up to 4 miles, like 3 miles. Okay, so this can go for anything. You want to start as small as you can, because the more you practice baby steps, the easier it is for you to not get overwhelmed. Most of the time we get overwhelmed because we feel like we need to do so much at once. No ma'am, no ham, no lamb, no turkey, okay? If you're studying for a test and you know this is like the biggest test, you're taking your bar exam to become a lawyer, you're just taking all of these exams or these tests, and you see the material and you need to study a stack of papers. Why in your right mind would you think you need to study all of these papers at once, right? No. Break those papers down into sections, right? I'll study this week. I'll study this. It's just like with me running. We did X amount of miles this week. Then we did X amount of miles this week. Then we went back and we did a little bit more. And then however so often, you just keep training your brain. You train your body. You train your breath. You train your mouth. You train your voice for singers, right? Beyonce, she has an amazing voice. I'm not even gonna hold you. But how do you think she can be able to sing how she sang in Dubai? Beyonce has to be in practice and not in choir, but like she has to be in vocal lessons, practice, whatever. And she had to start somewhere. She didn't always have that beautiful voice. She probably did. But as she got older, she kept training it, right? Usain Bolt, Sydney McLaughlin, Michael Phelps, they were not always as strong and powerful as they are. They had to start somewhere, okay? So I know, friend, with you, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, I want to do this. I want to do that. Whatever it is you want to do, try not to get overwhelmed, because when you get overwhelmed, that will turn you off. For me, I have ADHD. So if I think about too many things at once, I'm going to be over it and then I'm going to start procrastinating, right? We want to eliminate as much procrastination as possible. So the first thing you're just going to do, take it in baby steps, okay? Micro habits. There's a book called Atomic Habits. It's on my reading list. I started to do the audio version, but me and audio, if I'm not sitting down, plugged, locked in, I'm not reading it respectfully, or I'm not listening to it, because if I'm cooking or I'm doing something else, then I get distracted and I'm not listening to it. So then there's no point, right? But for some, audiobooks work. But with this book, it's Atomic Habits, and it's basically going into building a good routine, a healthy routine, healthy habits for yourself. Because the more you start with small habits or a small routine, then you can go into a bigger routine, and then you can go into a bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So when I'm at work, at any job, there's a checklist that you have to follow. In hospitality, for those of you who've worked at the front desk or whatever, or even in a restaurant, you know that there's a checklist. So every day, right? Every day that I go in, I've created this micro habit for myself to get a piece of scratch paper and to write down my checklist for the day, right? I need to open the pass on. I need to check these Alice tickets. I need to update the movements. I need to do this. I need to do that. And as I finish, I cross it out. Go to the next one, cross it out. Go to the next one, cross it out. And I only stick to what I need to do. I don't skip down to the bottom one unless I'm feeling like, okay, well, let me do this since I'm already here. There's only some times where I do that, but most of the time I will sit and go one by one by one by one. Okay, period. Hey, y'all. Hey. Yo, I just came back. I just came back from, like, I wouldn't call it an influencer situation, but my run club was collabed with Salt and Straw and Justine. Shout out to Justine. Hey. So yes, that's why I have on all this merch, but yeah, and everybody's following me, but that's here nor there. Let me get back to it. So yes, start with, it's easy to start with the list. I love a list. I love a list. How do you guys think I get all these video ideas out every day, right? I know I haven't posted in a couple days, but most of the time, all the time, I get videos out every single day because I have a list and I follow that list. Sometimes I don't follow it one by one because I'm like, ooh, I want to do that topic today, or I want to do this topic. So I'll skip around, but it's so easy to where once I finish it, I hit the check and then it clears, like done. You've already did it, right? Write yourself a list, write it in your phone, write it on a notebook, write it on a scratch paper. The more you see it, the more you write it out, and the more you cross it, the more you're going to want to finish the next one. Once you get in the habit of writing it out and crossing it, then it's going to become a subconscious thing, right? In order to get to the big shit, you need to start with the small shit. Don't overwhelm yourself. Take a step back, take a deep breath, and focus on what is going on in your present moment, right? It's always important to be present. This goes for anything and everything. If you're studying for a test, you need to be present. Don't be worried about what's going on outside. If you're focused on what's going on in your family and you got family drama, you're not going to be prepared and ready for your test. If you're trying to prepare and get ready for this football game or this track meet, volleyball, softball, if you got sports and you need to be training, you need to be eating right, you need to be sleeping right, you need to be ready for this very special game, you cannot be out late. Don't be partying, right? Or if you're partying, make sure there's balance and make sure, okay, I'm not drinking or whatever if you're of age, or I'm not out late. I'm going to go out and hang out with my friends, and then I'm going to come back at 8 or 9 o'clock and then go to sleep and wake up in the morning. It's all about balance. You can do these things, right? Let's just say if you have a goal for yourself and you say, I want to stop scrolling on TikTok for hours and hours on end. Guilty. What do, right? Don't just take the phone away. Don't just take the phone away, because then you're going to go back to it right away. Guilty, right? Start small. Let's say, all right, maybe I'll do an hour today, right? Then once you do an hour, the next day you'll do 45 minutes. The next day you do 30 minutes. And this is just scrolling. This is just doom scrolling. Everybody doom scrolls. Do not feel bad for doom scrolling. Do not feel bad for bed rotting, okay? Do what you do, but nip it in the bud. If you have goals and you say you want to be here, hold yourself accountable, because the more you keep telling yourself you're going to do something and you don't do it, you're subconsciously telling yourself you ain't shit, and you don't follow your own rules. Basically, you don't have control of yourself. That's exactly what you're telling yourself, right? Every time that I say I'm going to do something and I don't do it, I'm shitting on myself. I'm shitting on yourself. Why do you want to keep shitting on yourself? You want to shit on these hoes, right? You don't want to shit on yourself. You want to shit on these hoes. But if you keep shitting on yourself, then you can't shit on these hoes, and they can see that, and that's why other hoes are shitting on you, and that's just what it is, right? Clock that T. But we want to start with the small stuff first, okay? So if you have a hard time, like I just said, scrolling on the phone, take it in increments, small. Just like working out, right? Just start somewhere. If you want to start running, run for 5 minutes. Walk first and then run for 30 seconds, and do that in intervals. Okay. Then another day, let's just say you're walking and you run for 2 minutes and then you stop, and then you run for 2 minutes and then you stop, and then you run for another 2 minutes. That's it. One day or the next week, you're like, let me try running a mile consistently, just 1 mile. Okay. I'm going to run however long it takes me to do a mile. Let's just say you run it in 15 minutes, whatever. You say you do it in 10 minutes, whatever. That's your time. Then you come back the next week or the next few days. Let's just say, if I ran it in 11 minutes, let's try doing 9:30. However you do that, you just up it each time. This is how you create small habits. This is how you create better habits. When you start with small habits, you build up to the bigger habits. And this goes for anything. If you want to start eating better, okay, let's just say, I think I made a video about this. Honestly, couldn't even tell you, but I was telling you guys about the 80-20. For me, it's 80-20, right? There's some days where I'm 100% locked in. In order for me to lose 10 pounds in a week, I was 100% locked in. But there's no balance with that. You have to be 100% locked in. But if you want to have balance with it, you could do 80-20. 80% of the week, you're eating healthy and clean. The other 20%, you're eating whatever you want to eat. These are small habits. And let's just say you only do that for 3 days out of the week. If you want to fast, you want to do the Daniel fast or the Esther fast, where either you're doing no food at all or no drinks, how like some people do in Ramadan, or you want to do only juices or only smoothies or only fruits. That's up to you. If you want to do that for only 2 days, you can do that for only 2 days. And maybe a couple months from now, you do it for 5 days. You start somewhere, okay? You got to start somewhere. It's all about starting small. Let's focus on what you can do first. Remember, if you look at a stack of papers that you have to study for, you're going to get overwhelmed and you're going to subconsciously tell yourself that you can't do it. Unless you're fucking psycho and you're like, I'm going to just do all this shit right now. Listen, that's not how I move. I don't do that one. I got to take it baby steps. If you would have told me that I'm going to run 26.2 miles 6-7 months ago, I would have really looked at you and probably walked away because I would have been like, how? There's no way. But as the weeks went on, I became more confident because I had such a strong team. I had such a strong support system, and we were running every week. You see? So the more you just practice, the more you believe in yourself, your confidence will build up. It's just that simple. And once you cross out each topic or whatever you have to do for that day, for that time, the more you keep crossing it out, the more your confidence builds. And the more you're telling your subconscious, you can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Right? Anytime I'm recording a video, I get a new video idea like that. I just add it to my list. Sometimes I can have 10 video ideas that I need to get to, and I've already done 40. But do I get overwhelmed? No, I actually get excited because I want to put I want to put all of them out right now. But I'm like, let me not overwhelm y'all with so much content, right? Because even if I did that for y'all would get overwhelmed. You know, it's just like that. I mean, I could. It's like spamming, but do I want to spam? No. Maybe not right now. But so just take your time, girla. Take your time, whatever it is. I know there's tons of different people watching me right now, watching this channel, and you guys are all going through something different. You guys all have different goals, or you might have common goals. Remember that first thing is first. Baby steps. You can do whatever you want to do. Keep your mind clear. Keep your mind focused. And remember that when you do the small shit, the bigger shit will come because you're already in that frequency. You're already attracting the things that you want. If you said the goal is this, the goal is that, you got it. It's just on the other side of you sticking to it. And that's just that. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to all my new subscribers. If you guys stayed till this part of the video, let me know in the comments. Say salt and straw if you guys stay till this part of the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.